KCET topper.
Got 171st rank.
693.
851. 2427.
5534 rank.
When you remember starting your KCET preparation?
January.
Oh my god, such a good result.
Also watched your 45 question series also.
Mostly watched physics and chemistry videos.
Those were really helpful.
So test series really helped a lot. It was very relevant to the actual exam. Scores I got in the test series actually the same as the actual score I got in CET.
Nice.
So children, I would love to have your introduction, okay? So you can just tell your name as well as the rank that you scored. So it will be really helpful.
My name is Jagan and I scored 6767 rank.
I'm Prajwal. I got 171st rank in KCET.
I'm Mohammad Sahil. I have scored 2427 ranking in KCET.
My name is Sujay and I got 851 rank.
I'm Gagan Virai and I got 5534 rank.
I'm Deeksha and my rank is 693.
Can we give them a round of applause? Because you guys deserve all of it. So how are you all feeling? Excited, happy, nervous? What is the condition over here?
Excited, man.
Excited?
Yes.
How much? On the scale 1 to 10?
9.8.
Oh my god, very specific. What about you, Sujin?
Happy.
Happy?
Yeah.
For what?
No reason, just
Just to be here. Yeah, that's a good reason. What about you, Diksha?
Maybe happy and relieved, ma'am.
Relieved. That's a very important thing. Yeah, because you just gave an exam. What about you, Gagan?
Happy and excited because these many days we were just seeing you on YouTube and now we are in front of you. So literally we are feeling very excited.
We also are equally excited to see you. What about you, Sahil?
Excited and relaxed now.
Same, excited.
Excited? Anything to add more?
Fun.
Fun?
Now I have some questions for you. So when did you start your KCET preparation? So if you have to ask Prajwal, so when you remember starting your KCET preparation? So okay, I decided this month, of the year, I'll start.
Start of first PUCs.
PUC itself. Very good.
Yeah, from 12th.
12th only. Okay, so later you realized it. Okay.
January.
PU1 or PU2?
January 2025.
As in now, the January that went by.
Oh, this last 3 months you. Oh my God, that's such a good result you produced.
That's the thing that she said. Basically, can you just tell what you did?
I was actually preparing for JEE, but I felt like my preparation was not enough, and JEE was just like 20-25 days away. And that's when I realized, okay, I probably need to focus on other exams too. And I started to prepare for CET, like I solved PYQs, and later I bought mock test series, Abhyas KCET test series. And yeah, so just from January I started preparing for CET.
So, do you think that it was a smart backup plan?
Yes, ma'am, I definitely think it was. Like I wrote other exams too after I realized that I might mess up my JEE. Like I gave Comet K, I gave KCET, I gave VIT Triple E. So yeah.
I started after this JEE in second attempt.
Oh my God, that late.
I was studying for JEE. Like first attempt I got very less, so
Okay.
I studied for the second attempt with boards.
Okay. You?
During boards.
So maybe March sometime.
During boards.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Yes.
Very good.
From class 12.
12th. So 1 year I think you've given for this. Very good. Very good.
So, Gagan is completely dedicated for KCET, right? You only.
When I was preparing for NEET from class 11th, so I had an extra option as KCET. So when the NEET exam was over, so I was like, no, I will not get so good, around something 450, that's all. So I thought, okay, no, KCET is a good option and I gave that.
Very good.
We want to know about your daily study routine. Okay, so I just want, like, what was your routine when you were in school? Like, how did you manage time? So you have to.
Means PU college.
PU college, because all of you would be preparing.
All of you are PU college, anyone from CBSE schools?
PU, everyone, right?
Everyone is PU, right?
Right. So, like, it is very difficult, right, to have both and preparing. So, a small glimpse about your daily study routine, okay, or daily routine, how you manage, right? So, Diksha.
Ma'am, like whenever I planned weekly or like, okay, in this month I'm gonna get these many chapters done, it was very overwhelming. So I was not able to actually finish them. So later I just decided to get this much done. Like I had daily goals. Today I'll finish these many chapters, probably 2 chapters, 3 chapters. And since I was like PCMC student, so PCM, three subjects a day, it's impossible. So I used to do 2 subjects a day and try to get as much as I could done in that particular day.
Okay.
So, can you just tell, like, in hours or in time, which time to which time you were studying, or which was your peak hours of studying?
Early morning, late night.
No, late night studies only, ma'am.
Late
I would always study late
So
at
you're a
night.
night out.
Basically, you're saying that bigger chunk of work was there. You broke into smaller goals and
Yes.
achieved it and progressed day by day. Very good. Very good.
Basically, I have the plan of I took a calendar and I pasted on my desk table, and I wrote each day. I wrote I have to complete these chapters or these lectures. I need to give this test on this day, and probably I had done that. In that week, I have completed that amount of work, and probably I had wake up on morning 5:30 around, and I did not do any night studies and all.
Okay, it's fine. You know, different students have different rhythm, right? Some are early birds, some are late nights.
And that's the sole reason also. Like when this video goes out to children, there might be different type of children. You know, so some of them might be able to relate to Diksha, some of them might to you.
Yeah, my main motive was to sleep as much as I can.
So you have prepared,
so that I can get a relaxed mind.
Super.
For the morning routines.
So you prepared a daily schedule, right?
Yeah.
So how much you were able to follow that schedule?
Not almost, but I had completed around 75%.
Okay, great.
Okay, I have a question. So let's say a student, they plan like the way you all planned. So even let's say I'm a student, I planned something, and I'm a good student, sincere student, and not able to follow up my plan. Okay, and that must have happened with all of you. Then what do you say to yourself at that time? It's okay. We'll do what is the exact thing that's going in your mind? How do you motivate yourself that point of time? Your plan, you made it, but not able to follow it. Then what do you say to yourself?
I will tell this time I did not do that, but I will probably do it next week. I had to complete that by the next week.
So closest deadline you take. So you take the closest deadline and you give yourself some time and motivate you to complete it.
Yes.
Okay, next Prajwal.
Ma'am, it's like I used to have college for like till 4:40, and then we used to have study hours in college itself. Okay. That used to like go until 7. Okay. And then I used to come to home and then what? Like just revise the things which they taught in college and stuff. That's the main thing, ma'am.
So you are a night owl?
Night. 3, 4.
But did you have enough sleep?
4 to 6 hours. Around 6 usually.
I have to go to the college at 6. 6. I have to get up at 6, and the college will start at 8:30, and it will go until 5:30. Okay. So everything will be done. JEE coaching, everything will be there in the same college, and then I have to come and revise the concepts and then solve questions. JEE is about solving questions.
So how many hours you do study after coming from college?
I will start at 7 something, and I'll go till 10 and have lunch, and then again till 1.
Fine. Yes, Sujan.
My college starts from 7 in the morning, it's till 8:30 in the evening. So we had study hours in our school only.
Okay.
So I used to study there. I didn't study after going home.
So
it was enough for me.
So you get the study
I
hours
planned properly in study hours and studied.
So do you also have like proper since you are in school study hours, so you used to follow your routine, or they used to give
They didn't give any routine. It was our thing. It was
study hours was
personalized,
yours. Okay, so you also have this targets, daily targets, weekly targets. Yes, Gagan.
I had college from 8:30 till 4:30 in the evening. Okay. So after that, I used to do self-study at around 6 o'clock. I think 6 to 8:30, and then after a dinner and all from 9 to 10, and again in the morning from 5 to 6.
Okay, so you are again early riser.
Both. Sometimes during night and all, I have woke up till 12 or 2.
Okay. So you can manage both.
Both, yeah. I can manage both of them.
So just all of you have watched our channel and videos, right? So how do you feel that Diksha Karnataka helped you? Like, because you already have a very packed schedule, like college hours in the morning, then self-study. So when did you get the time to watch these videos, and how it helped you? So from when you started watching our videos, that is also something.
I actually started joining Diksha, this thing, online YouTube channel, like when? In the last 2 months. Like I used to focus on this thing, both 1 markers and physics, numericals and derivation and stuff. And then I was very much focused on this thing, Abhyas test series. Yeah, that was very useful, like for time management and stuff. And also, to be honest, the hardness level of this Abhyas test series was similar to one in our exam, this exam. Because in Abhyas test series, a few were hard and a few were easy. And the easier ones had the level this year, because this year the paper was also easy, no ma'am? So yeah, the hardness level also matched. And yeah, also the time management. It helped a lot, ma'am.
That's so good, actually. So basically you got an idea, like a demo exam
Yes,
sort
ma'am.
of setup there.
because my friends are there, they study good, but they were expecting a harder paper and they lost in time management. They were like, I'll attend 120 questions, I'll attend them correct. But this year 120 was not enough. They were expecting like under 500, 300 rank. And they got like far behind that. For 120, they got like 8,000 rank.
Yeah. So exams, that's what we're talking about. Exam has different expectation. JEE, that's the difference. Time management is the biggest difference. 180 questions in 180 minutes is a big challenge. Okay. Even for faculties, teachers also, it's the biggest challenge. So, but you achieved with the help of Abhyas, so that's very good to know. And as I keep mentioning, all of us mentioned in the sessions that we are taking, the session was on purpose. Questions were made difficult so that you're used to the worst case scenarios if the exam gives you surprises. So let's have all the surprises in the mocks itself. So you're not surprised in the examination. So that was the intention of the Abhyas at the same time.
Basically, I'm a biology student, right? So I did not realize about the maths until Jan. When Jan arrived, I started watching Sir's YouTube channel. You started, I think, in starting of Q2 only, but I started watching those videos from Jan, and I also watched the most 45 questions and 60 question series also. Those were really helpful, sir. And after taking the Abhyas test series, even I managed to the times and stress also, sir. And we have such good questions in that that was similar as he told.
Thank you for first of all, I'm surprised that you joined in January and started learning mathematics and you got good at it. Okay, even if I was a student, it'll be challenging for me as well. It's very good to know. Very good work you must have done.
Diksha.
I watched YouTube mostly chemistry and physics. Physics was a tough subject for me, so I mostly watched physics and chemistry videos. And math, I like math, so it's easy for me. But more than YouTube videos, I think the test series really helped a lot, because by the time there were like 20-25 days left for CET, I only lacked in time management. So I decided to get the test series, and I think it was very relevant to the actual exam. Like the scores I got in the test series, they were actually the same as the actual score I got in CET.
Nice.
So I watched like a lot of videos whenever I went wrong in questions, and there were solutions uploaded in the app. So I watched a lot of physics videos for that.
Okay.
So you were solving the mock test with the same exam environment and all? Did you
Yes,
set that
ma'am.
all?
Like I even bought OMR sheets so that I learned time
nice.
management. I didn't want to mess up with my OMR sheet in the exam. So I got them online and I was practicing. Like as I solved the questions in the app, I selected the option there and marked in the OMR. So I was able to get it done in 60 minutes. And another thing is, in the test series, it's each paper is set for 60 minutes. But in CET, we get 70 minutes of time. So that was an advantage because I was able to finish the paper sooner.
So you got 10 minutes extra.
Yeah, so
in the
like
exam.
in the actual exam, math exam, I had 5 more minutes left before the exam. I was done 5 minutes earlier. So
That's super good.
I came to Diksha from class 12. So earlier I just used to see the videos when I had doubts. But at the end of the class 12, there were gap around 2 to 3 months. So at that time I used to watch all the live sessions and those MCQ videos which sir and ma'am you used to upload. Na? So those were very helpful, and yeah, in that way I got very good rank.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I mainly watched the chapter-wise questions for each chapter. I was really helpful. Many questions came from there in the final paper, so it was very helpful for me.
Okay, master stroke series.
Yeah, I saw the video where you did 100 physics questions. Yeah, that was really helpful.
Yes, Jagan.
The same as Master Stroke series, I have seen all the videos, and then 100 questions you have made, and sir made some trick videos, maths. Like 2-3 questions were same from the trick, and it helped a lot.
It's so good to hear, even though it's not biology, but all the other subjects. But still, I know when we guys are able to help you well, it feels so good. And thanks for you guys for watching those videos as well.
And so studying through YouTube, okay, so it is an online form, right? And we have a lot of chances to getting distracted. Online you are studying and you get some notification, you get distracted, right? So how do you control that? And like generally parents don't allow to study from phone, right? So this is something which is very common. So how do we manage that distractions while we get
No, first of all, how did you convince your parents that I am studying? I'm not wasting time, because most of the parents see that they are only watching reels and some useless videos. So because you all are sincere students, so maybe your parents find it difficult for them to convince that no, I am studying from YouTube.
So did any one of you got any objection from parents while studying from phone, or they were well supported with that? No
My
objections.
parents were supportive. They did
So
not
they
say,
trusted you,
yeah, they
right?
trusted me.
Nice.
Also, did you like uninstall certain applications or something like that, or were you like balanced? Like, no, this is study hour. I'm gonna study, and this is the time that I would be looking into the apps. Do you have something like that?
Yeah, I decided to quit social media. Like after coming to PU2, I thought, okay, this is not gonna help. I'll keep scrolling if it's there on my phone. So I just decided to stop using Instagram and all. I told this to my mom, like I'm not gonna use anymore. If there's anything I want to see, I'll just take yours. And she was cool with that. Okay, that's a good thing to do. And actually, my parents trusted me more than I did. So I used to sit with my mom and study. Like I asked her to keep an eye on me, like watch me if I'm studying.
Was there someone who managed both, who had the applications but still studied?
I do have the applications, all social media account. Social media account, I have games also, but it's in my mother's mobile.
Okay,
I did not have mobile, but I took it now. I did not have the mobile, and I used to use the laptop while studying.
Okay, laptop while studying. What about you?
I had a tab, so I used to study in that only. And I had other apps also, but I just didn't use them during studying.
Anything to add? How do you use
this?
That gives wrong answer many times.
maths especially, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Especially maths.
But sometimes it gives concepts like physics and
They
some
give the
concepts.
concept clarity, but the answers is wrong.
Yes, sir.
Solutions
Problem
sometimes are
solving
wrong.
setting.
Or sometimes only the answer will be correct.
Yes.
If I ask it to explain, it won't explain. It is like the answer is from net, explanation is not provided.
So now we'll go to little resources. Okay, so what specific books you have used, okay, for this KCET for your rank? So which books you would refer to others, and which books you personally used? You can mention any other resource you have used. You can mention whatever resources that have helped you in your preparation.
I borrowed a book from my locality person who was my super senior. MTG. I took MTG from him, and I bought NCERT exemplar from my teachers. I bought it and I started preparing only those two books. And I concentrated mainly on NCERTs. NCERT is the main resource for everything.
As you said, NCERT is the main thing. And along with that, I had this thing MTG book. Those FAT 3 books. Those were good. And what else? And the Abhyas test series and your short videos. And mainly these, ma'am, and also the college material.
College material, yeah, definitely. Yes, Diksha.
PYQ book, like MTG PYQ book, and college materials. And mostly that's all. Like I studied from online more and solving more questions.
So
and NCERT.
Did you all prepare your own personal notes? You prepared, right? So that is also a source that definitely that would have helped you for revision and all.
NCERT is must, and coaching materials also useful, and some from internet also have taken PYQs, PDFs.
Sujan.
NCERT mainly. Questions, we had this thing called ACE manuals in our college.
Okay.
So I used to solve those. Many questions were relevant from that, and test series, not test series, the questions which you guys showed in YouTube for each chapter. That was very helpful.
Masterstroke series for CET, I think, yeah.
I used to do NCERT and MTG fingertips.
Okay.
So along with the college materials.
Very good.
So for question practice,
Yeah, MTG fingertips and NCERT exemplar for maths.
Guys, did you have this thing that I would be solving at least 50 questions a day or 30 questions at a target, like question for question practice? Because it's more about theory and a little bit about question practice also. So did you have that goal set every day? Or
Any number of questions in your
I'll
mind?
randomly ask you, okay? I'll start with Jagan, yeah.
I did have in chemistry, but maths it's not possible, like solving many questions at some same time. But chemistry and physics,
so how many questions you targeted?
I targeted about same as KCET 1 hour 60 questions.
Okay.
Super
Same.
actually.
And for JEE I did something
What
else.
about you, Gagan?
I used to solve it once in a week. I used to focus more on theory concepts and all, like in chemistry and all. So maths I used to solve. Chemistry, bio and all, I just used to go through the theory and during the level of exam only, I used to just refer some question papers and all.
Okay. What about you, Sahil?
I had like there is a in MTG there is a like thinking corner. First, I had a plan. I need to complete this week this much. This chapter I need to complete this much. So I aim to complete this entire subject, entire chapter in around 2 weeks.
Okay. So if we see the MTG book, as we said, is this fat books, right? So were you targeted to solve all the questions of per chapter, or how many questions?
Not all the chapters, but most the chapters I have solved.
So you try to solve all the questions of most of the chapters.
Any target for it? Like some children know how they do is they study theory. And towards the examination time is the time they start solving more questions. I'm not talking about mathematics. In mathematics, they use study by solving only. But for chem and things like that, they go on with theory and then later on go ahead with question practice. So would you suggest someone to just stick to theory, or would you say that every single day you should be practicing at least some bit of questions as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely.
So were you also following the same thing? Or like when you are completing a chapter and solving the questions simultaneously, or at the end of the syllabus you are solving questions? So it is going hand in hand, or what's the proper procedure according to you?
I had enough time to get those hand in hand, and both are equally important, no, ma'am.
Correct.
Once you study the theory, if you don't solve the questions, you'll forget the theory and you won't have that depth in the concept, ma'am. You like forget it in a few days, you'll forget the theory. But if you solve the questions, you'll have a better grip on the concept. And then when we talk about solving questions in the end, that's a must. If you don't do that, you're gonna fail in exam.
Correct.
I had like a fixed target every day. I have to solve 50 questions in each subject a day.
Super.
So I was solving questions more. For me, it's easier to solve questions than remember theory concepts. So I always solved more.
Correct.
So when you started your preparation, say 12th, beginning of the 12th, when you're preparing for JEE, okay. So at that point of time, how you are started? So you have, like for example, there is an NCERT textbook. I completed the chapter. I will solve the numericals from the chapter. I will practice some questions from some books, whatever I am referring to. So how was your strategy at the beginning? How you started there? Or you just finish the chapter, go to the next chapter without solving any questions?
No, sir. I've solved more questions than study the theory concepts, as I said. So I used to solve questions on every chapter.
From the beginning only?
Yeah, from the beginning. That's why I had a strong grip on the concepts, even like when I started to prepare for CET.
So I have a question. Any like particular way you guys chose questions? Let's say 50 questions you said, right? Chemistry, physics, maths. So I'm going to choose 10 from NCERT, 20 from this. So any section you guys like 50 mix of questions like from CET level, from PU, any mix that you were there in the 50? Like
No, sir. It was all CET level, and I was more focused on finishing it on time, like within these.
so basically, like you're writing mocks every day.
Yeah, somewhere like that.
So
Guys, a chill question to you guys, okay? So obviously when you write an exam and you are going forward with an examination, there's a lot of stress coming along with it. So everyone has it, every human being has it. So yeah, everyone has it, right? Is there someone who do not have stress at all? No. So can you guys tell what was your stress buster? What was the way you got out of the stress? And equally you were managing studies as well. So for example, sir, Ankit sir, when he's stressed, he does his work only. Okay, but we cannot do that, right? We have to manage studies as well as this thing. So I'll start with, anyone want to voluntarily say what was your stress buster, or should I ask?
Games. Playing out.
What games
Outside.
what
Cricket.
games?
Physical games?
Yes.
What do you do in cricket? You bat, you bowl?
Both.
Both all rounder. So Hardik Pandya, okay.
So is it like you are stressed and you go out to bat? Is it how does it work?
Every day you have some time?
Not like that. Weekly once, something.
Weekly
Sunday.
once.
I had playtime every day.
Okay.
1.5 hours. I used to play basketball and then.
Yeah, you told that.
Yeah.
1.5 hour you used to spend for.
We had 1.5 hour break in school only.
Okay.
We had games time at that time only, so we used to play at that time. It was very peaceful and like friends were there, so I didn't get stressed so much.
So
The
will you
environment was really good.
Are you competitive in the basketball?
Yeah.
and will you suggest giving time for this as well during studies?
Definitely. See, if you always study, it's not really helpful. Nothing will go to your brain. you'll mostly forget what you're doing. You'll zone out. So you should give some time. It's important to take breaks in between study hours. So we had this thing. It was very helpful.
So everyone listen to Sujin. Those of you who are going to watch.
Proud answer. Very good answer, Sujin.
Yes.
Okay.
What about you, Prajwal?
Ma'am, it's just better to close the book and go for a walk like 10-15 minutes.
Okay.
Spend like 10-15 minutes with your family and get back to study.
That's also very good. Yeah.
Because if you start scrolling reels or playing games, you'll not stop for hours. Minimum 1.5 hours. And then even then your adrenaline level will be up and you will not be able to focus on studies.
Yeah, it takes time to come. Like let's say your game hour is over. It takes time, some 5 minutes, 10 minutes to come back.
Adrenaline level is up and it takes time to level down because studying is a boring task. Your mind doesn't like it, especially when to come from gaming and what scrolling reels and all.
That's very
your brain doesn't like it, to be honest. Right, ma'am? Biology.
Yes, you are correct.
Thank you.
What about you, Diksha?
Ma'am, so I have a pet cat. So every time I felt like, oh my god, I can't study anymore, I just went to play with him. I spent most of my time with my cat only, ma'am. That was my stress buster.
That's great.
Having a
I should also
pet.
have
Having a pet.
Yeah.
Game time, walks, time with the parents, and
Yeah.
I had the same like Prajwal. Whenever I used to get bored, I just close the books and come and talk to family, talk to my brothers, and I had asked them what's going on in their life, how's their
okay. Younger brothers or elder brothers?
both.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not so interested in sports and all. So whenever I feel stressed, I either talk to my parents and the one stress booster I have is like gardening. So I do gardening course. So that is a kind of stress booster for me. So everyone have their own stress booster.
Yeah,
Correct. Very good one. Very
That's
good one.
pretty good. Actually, pretty good. So this is one very important question. Very, very important because I'm going to ask you about the advice that you're going to give to your juniors who are going to go ahead with KCET. And I just want one advice from each of you guys. So it's very difficult to choose one advice and tell no. So anything that you have learned from your experience and you want to pass it on to the next like your juniors, that this thing they should not do or this thing they should do. The very, very important thing that, because you people have gone through that journey, right? You have experienced it, what were the difficulties, what were the things that worked, which didn't work. So that is something which, a learning that you took, you have to give it to them.
So you got over the line. Okay, people are trying to get over the line next year, right?
They
and
are
you
still on the
achievers.
track.
You all are achievers, okay? And they all want to be you guys, okay? They want to be in your places next year. So how can you, what one thing that you can say to them, do it or not do it?
Not running through so many books and getting like lot of books. Stick to one book and complete it totally.
So basically limit the resources
books.
but have a clarity that,
Yes, sir.
okay,
We have to go through the quality, not the quantity.
yes.
Both.
Both, yes.
For KCET, it's very important.
Exactly.
Like I ignored both and my rank went down.
Yeah, so both and the clarity, the syllabus, not to, to avoid confusions in your preparation. So that is very good advice.
So is it like you learned this, like you did this mistake and you understood from that about the books, or it was like
I did it, no.
it's okay, learning from mistakes is good.
And that's pretty good answer. I really
Yes.
loved it.
Suja.
You should have a clarity about what you want to do, because many people do JEE, but then they're not sure if they want to do CET. They keep it as a backup plan, and they're like, if you do JEE, you'll be able to do well in CET, but that's not true. The exam pattern is different. You should know when to switch. You should not let others decide what you're doing. So if you're not able to do in JEE, it's better to switch to CET. Because if you think you'll do better, and if you give up CET, even you'll mess up boards also, which is very helpful for CET, which is really useful. So you need to do well in both. So you should decide what you want to do. Because if you focus only on JEE, you won't be able to do properly in other exams. So you should know when to switch.
So can you suggest what exactly, if you are somebody, what exactly to do to make the right switch and right approach for the CET examination? Can you help them with that?
So you can share your, like, did you switch or you were?
Yeah.
So you can just share your.
No, I switched a bit late. Mine was, I switched during boards only. In my school I had proper teachers. They guided me very properly. So
So teachers have helped you
yeah,
in the
it's better to
process.
seek out guidance from a person who's gone through this, or ask your teachers.
Correct.
I had seniors who went through this, so I just asked them. It was
Correct.
very helpful.
So you're saying the switch should have been little earlier and then the rank would have been certainly better. Like this.
You should know when to do it.
Yes.
You should not just keep doing JEE or any other whatever you're doing. You should know what to do, when to do. You should switch when you want to switch. Not. It's better to seek out guidance from someone who's gone through this or any teacher.
So you are very, I would say, proud of taking the decision to switch to KCET.
I wouldn't have gotten this rank if I would have just done JEE or if I would have ignored CET. It's proper to switch.
So definitely we cannot just crack KCET if we are preparing for JEE, right? We need a proper plan
The
for
exam
KCET.
pattern is different. You'll be attempting 180 questions in 180 minutes. In JEE, it's 75 questions in 180 minutes. And the question level is different. CET is much easier. So you need to focus more on accuracy than concept.
One more question to add up, okay? Since you are talking about that, how early do you think we should be? If someone is more into JEE, how early do you think they should switch to KCET?
It depends on the person.
You are facing the same thing, right? So when did you feel that if I had switched it at this time, my rank would have been at least 200-300 before?
According to me, I should have done better in boards. I lost 4 marks in math. I shouldn't have lost 4 marks in math. So I should have prepared properly how to write board papers.
Okay.
I knew the concept, I knew the questions, I knew how to solve, but I couldn't write it properly. So in that I lost marks in boards.
Okay.
I should have done properly. See, what I did, I think it was right only. I switched at decent time. I should have prepared properly for boards.
So that's what because we haven't taken this KCET as the first goal, so we neglected boards as well. So if that goal would
Boards
have
is
been
very important. It's 50% of your CET
yes,
rank.
definitely.
At the September or August, the full syllabus will be completed. After that, we have to check ourselves with the mock test or PYQ papers. And then if we are very good at that, we can go with JEE and advanced also. Or else we can be doing the same with KCET. Like managing both.
So you were preparing for JEE, right? So like when your syllabus was over and all, so did you apply the same to you, or you want advice?
Actually, I thought of that, but our papers were different. Like it was little bit lesser than JEE. So I got good marks, so I thought I can do it.
So you were
But at the
misleaded
last, after
somehow.
first attempt, I thought I have to go to KCET also. But second attempt, I did it.
Kagan.
Like focusing on NCERT more, and also have to give equal importance for boards and KCET, because many of my friends who have got better marks in KCET than me have got around 9k to 10k because their boards were not good. So I had around 295 in boards, so I got at least 5k. So both we have to manage it in the correct way, and focusing more on NCERT is like many of the questions were from the line of the NCERT. It were direct in case of physics and all. So I never used to study NCERT for physics. So chemistry, maths and bio I used to go through NCERT. For physics and all I used to go through G with publications. So I felt that there were many of the questions like which were directly from NCERT and all. So I would suggest them to go through NCERT also more.
Line by line.
Line by line, yes.
It's always good to set your priorities as early as possible, because if you set your priorities early, like you want to do JEE and CET both, you'll be able to ace in either of them at least. If you're gonna be like JEE and ignore CET, and at the last like a few months, unless you're an exceptional student like her, for sure you're gonna get ranks about 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. Because if you set your priorities right as early as possible, you'll be able to focus on both. Otherwise, you'll lose either JEE or CET or both. Because many of my friends also did, ma'am. They were focused on JEE, and then it's like they didn't get even JEE nor CET, ma'am. Now they are gonna go in management quota. So it's like neither here nor there.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Prajwal. Now, going ahead with Sahil.
If you have I had a main focus on NEET and boards, that's it. And CET was my backup. And then I realized after Jan, I realized that I need to be also strong with KCET. So don't let your KCET go away like anything. Focus on your NEET, JEE as well as on your KCET, and start giving mock tests from Jan itself. If you are focusing on boards, focus fully on boards. Then after boards, start giving mock tests daily. You are clear with your concepts. You are clear with your all stuff and all. So give mock tests so that you can manage your time, manage your stress during the exam time, like Abhyas test series also. Yeah.
Mocks and
Yeah.
right manner of time.
Yeah, make it offline.
Okay.
Do it with your OMR. It will help you a lot.
The actual setup of the environment.
Yeah.
Exam ready conditions should be there around you, not comfortable.
Yeah, many students read 2 hour. 2 years is the entire journey, but execution of entire 2 years in just 1 hour. If we count all 3 subjects, 3 hours. Entire 2 years in just 3 hours means a lot.
Performance in the 3
Yeah.
hours.
So these 3 hours are the important ones, which will make you score better.
Preparation is important, but so is the performance.
Yeah.
So work for that.
How
Very
much you
good.
prepare, but that 3 hours, if you don't do well, then all 2 years will go definitely in vain.
Well, for me, I used to procrastinate a lot. Always, like, I never got my work done properly. Always, okay, I'll do it in a while. And then I realized, okay, I really need to get serious. And for like 2 months, in between for board exams and for practicals, I obviously wasn't able to dedicate time for CET. But other than that, I had 2 solid months for CET, and I decided to get serious at least during this time, because this was a very big, it would take a big turn in my life. Doing well in an exam, actually, it's, so yeah, don't procrastinate and probably try to be as serious as possible and make your parents and teachers proud, I guess.
Children, while I was talking to you, I suddenly hit me. This time, the KCET examination, PU1 questions were also very much. So, were you prepared for that?
No, I wasn't.
You weren't?
Not much.
All of you? Yeah.
So P1 questions was usually 14-15. Now this year 20 plus questions. I think all subjects.
You have still got ranks even though you were not prepared. You get it? So what is that something this year? Would you suggest that both you should be prioritizing both PU1 and PU2?
Not equally, no, ma'am.
Not equally, as in 1 or 2.
Yes, ma'am. But yeah, many do neglect first PU. That's bad.
So towards the end, some people do not even study PU1.
Ma'am, and even experiments, we have to focus on practicals too, because I saw the questions in the exam and I was surprised. Like, I hadn't prepared for the experiment based questions. I somehow got them right because I did remember a bit, but I was surprised, and at that moment I got scared. And if you get scared, you'll mess up the next questions too. But yeah, you have to prepare for the experiment based questions too. I think that's
Surprises will come in the examination for all of you who are there. But you cannot just give up at that point of time. Okay, surprises are there, means it's for everyone. It's a competitive examination. You're not just writing to get 100% marks. You have to get the best rank there. Okay, surprises for everyone.
So how can you summarize your entire journey, starting from maybe first PU till your exams are over, results are out? How can you sum it up? Like exciting, thrilling, very bad. Next.
roller coaster.
Okay.
Roller coaster? Yeah. What about you?
It was hard, painful, struggling, and equally rewarding.
It was hectic.
Hectic? Learn to do hard.
Okay.
Satisfied? She's looking
Sahil
fair.
doesn't feel. Are you satisfied?
He's waiting for NEET result.
Yeah, definitely. You will get good results. Don't worry.
Also, one very important question. You have given KCET. Now you might be looking forward for the colleges that you want to get into and also the courses. So can you just tell us about what course and college is your aim for this year?
RVCE CSE.
Main RV, mom. If I get RV AI or any cyber security, or else I'll shift to the PES CS or MSRIT CS.
Super. Good choices.
Ma'am, I don't know if I have a chance in RVC CSE. This year, information science is not there, I heard. So the cutoff might increase. So I'll try for RVC CSE or PES CSE.
PES is the next option.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am, sure.
RVC is the first option, but it is very difficult for me to get there. So PES and SJC would be the second option.
Yeah, because of your location.
My
right?
location also, SJC is very near to me, so I'll try for that.
It's a pretty good college as well. Yeah. What about you?
RVCS.
Everyone? Okay. So I think you will be all future classmates if it goes on like that. Yeah. Okay.
See, I'll try to get RVCS. I'll mostly not get RVCSE. So I'll just go for PES-CS.
PES. Okay.
I wanted to go to BMSC, but I won't get it at this rank. But so I wanted to go to Dayanand Sagar College.
Dayanand. What stream?
CS or EC also I'm okay with anything.
So children, do you have your list ready for like option entry, and counseling is coming by? So have you already prepared that list, or is it like you will be preparing it later on, probably after some time, after seeing through college list?
Like, have you at least started researching about how many colleges are there in KCET, what all branches are there, what are their cutoff? Have you gone through this, or you are still in the relaxed position?
We definitely know that you are having your fixed targets, but apart from that also, since the cutoff has not been come yet, so do you have certain other options as well apart from RV and PES and stuff like that? Do you have?
No.
No. Okay.
Clear.
Clear no. Because Sam is very confident for those two colleges only.
Yeah, those three.
Three. RVCE, PES,
MSRIT.
MSRI.
RVCE, PES, MSRIT and BMSCE too, like just in case.
Okay.
RVCSC and PES, SJCE and MSRIT.
RBC, PES, BMS and MSRIT.
First option will be BMSC and then Ramaya or Dayanand Sagar, then after SJC or SIT Tumkur,
SIT Tumkur, yeah.
Very good.
and then JOSA counseling.
Yeah, here one more thing. So there are so many trending branches going on, right? So all of you are taking the CS only because of the hype it has, the placement it has, or genuinely interested, the coding and all things that is something which is definitely you're interested in, or it is something a very trending branch, so you're choosing it. Be very honest with this answer, okay? Yes, please. You can, if you are just thinking
Both of them are fair.
That is not wrong.
Both is fair,
That
okay.
is not wrong. If one branch is there which is giving me good placement, taking that even if I'm not interested is not, I'm just securing my future. But there will be certain students who are like fully that passionate about coding, they want that particular branch. So I just want to know this out of curiosity, because everyone is here, no other branch came, only CS is there. So what is the reason? Is it your placement, something which is bright, which is tempting you, or it is something your interest? Okay, so there's nothing wrong in this. Okay, so we can start.
I do coding, ma'am. That's why I'm interested in
Super.
coding.
Placements.
Placement, super.
Placements.
Probably both.
Both.
As I'm not a CS student, but I have learned already the C programming and coding.
Wow.
So it's, I think, placements and high demand.
Okay.
Placement and interest. Na?
Interest also there. Very good.
So are you not guys interested in this? So many AI branches are also there, right? And it is something which is trending in market now. So why you didn't opt for that? There are so many AIDS, AIML is there, but nobody is thinking about that.
I want to go to AML and do both coding.
That is also an option. Right?
That's what
Apart
branch
from
is there.
My first option is AML, not even C.
So you'll have branches. So that's why you do your research. Okay, colleges wise.
So what I'm point of saying is here, we all have been very conventional in thinking that only CS is there, then we have EC, mechanical, civil. But nowadays we have a lot of exceptional new branches coming out which has a lot of opportunities. Okay, so just don't be stuck that okay, I want CS and this is, just go through different branches, see their opportunities, what companies are coming in that branches, so explore that, right? You just don't get stuck to computer science. Okay, so just explore this, you have time now. Okay, so just utilize this time, see what all other branches are there which can be helpful. So and just see their curriculum, if the subjects is interesting to you or not. So just explore and then decide. Okay, so because you are very new to this field, so it is like you just not be knowing what all options are available. Okay, so just check these options, explore them, then you decide. Take proper
Maybe
time for
this
that.
year the cutoff for AIML will go higher than compared to CS.
Yeah, that is also possible. Computer science is something which is a very
generic
branch, right? And now there are so many specializations with that. If you want, especially for example, if you are someone interested in business and all, finance and all, so there are computer science and business systems also, right? So if it's not completely coding but using that in finance and management, so this type new branches are also available. So that is why do check them out. Okay, learn their curriculum, properly research and then decide. Okay, just don't go very narrow, like very broadly that computer science is the only thing you have.
Because your ranks will give you restrictions. When you see the ranks cut off, no, they'll give you restrictions. Ki maybe you're not able to get that stream, that point of college. Okay, then this other allied courses will help you make a right decision. Okay, if you can somehow, let's say you're not able to have the clarity, so you can search online, have the resources, check for the stream to choose, if you can get in touch with this person, the professional who's working in that stream, just for 5 minutes, one call, okay, just to get the insight of the stream. If you're not able to find things clear online, get in touch with the people. You can get easily, okay, now in Bangalore, a lot of people are there in all the streams working. Your parents can help you find them. Get in touch with them, get to know the stream, and then make a decision. Okay, so CS is very good, of course. CS is the top branch that is there across colleges, across exams. Okay.
So basically, while I was doing the college review videos, I was going through the placement cell and data and stuff like that. And I found that some courses, for example, in some colleges, IAC was the one that had more placement than CS.
Yes, MSRIT.
MSRIT.
Very particularly in MSRIT, from last 2019 till 25, the number of offers made, the number of companies visited in information science is much more than computer science. So that's.
And it depends upon college to college. In some college, CS might have great offerings, in other IAC might have. So whenever you do the research, go to the placement cell, and also in LinkedIn and all, if you have some connections, or you can connect with people, ask them how is it and stuff like that. Yeah.
And one more important resource will be your seniors, okay, those who are studying there. Talk to them that how is that particular branch. Okay, for example, we know that CS is very good in cert. CS is good in general, but in particular college, maybe the professors are not good in that particular, maybe the companies are not coming in that particular college. So talk to your seniors, do proper research, because one part of result is done. Now choosing the college is the second most important thing. So just don't go in hurry, take proper time, do proper research, and then go for it.